It may seem like a shortcut for students. The new artificial intelligence website called ChatGPT that can write term papers and stories. Star City's Asher Bookspan spoke with an English professor at Purdue University to find out whether this kind of technology is good for education.
Purdue professor and director of introductory writing Bradley Dilger spoke with Star City about how the AI answering service ChatGPT works and the impact that it may have on educational writing in the future.
ChatGPT is pretty interesting. Its model is, you ask it a question and it gives you an answer, kind of like some of the chatbots from a million years ago, like Eliza.
Professor Dilger believes ChatGPT is good at writing generic things, but users may run into problems with more detailed subjects.
If you're working with something that's highly personalized to yourself, or something that's obscure or something new, then it's not going to do such a good job.
Dilger says this can be expected of any AI service because of how much data is available to it.
Any system that's mining existing data, you have to have good data. You don't have good data, garbage in, garbage out.
There is concern about students using ChatGPT to write things like term papers and essays. Dilger believes that may be a legitimate concern at some schools.
If you're moving very quickly, if you have a lot of students, community colleges or classes that have 200 or 300 students, you're not going to have that paper trail. So there is a potential problem there.
But Dilger points out there could be a way artificial intelligence programs like ChatGPT could be incorporated into the educational process.
I think the approach might be that Purdue tries to give people some resources if you're teaching writing to help you develop prompts and help you develop exercises or assignments that make it more difficult for students to do this work. And also to point out to students, it's their loss, right? Like if you're not going to actually try to learn this stuff and work with somebody who can give you good feedback, what's the point?
He thinks it can be viewed like spell check when it first came out.
We've had the death of writing about 20 times, right? I mean, we'll figure it out as instructors in the same way that people who are creating these technologies will figure it out.
In the end, Dilger believes ChatGPT can be a useful tool.
Any tool in writing is going to raise the bar in terms of the quality of writing that we expect and in terms of the length too. Like the amount of writing that we do today is so much greater than it used to be, simply because we can. Because we have these tools that help us.
Dilger's message for students who are writing is to use ChatGPT as part of the answer, but not the entire solution.
Use it to make your writing better, not to make your writing quicker.
Asher Bookspan, Star City News, West Lafayette.